Hey guys, how's it going? So first of all, I wanted to mention that I am sick. So before I actually get into all the strategies and all that, I just wanted to mention that. So if I start coughing or something like that during the middle of the video, I'm sorry, and hopefully you guys will still like this for me, even though I probably don't sound the very best. So let's just give you a really fast rundown of actually what's going on in this video. And before I actually do that, look at that spike factor. I accidentally misplaced it, and I lost like $100 on that. It's not like BTD 5 where you can just put it on the very edge of the map. You actually do need to put it somewhat over the map. So what's actually going to happen in this video? Well, there's 3 games on this video. They're going to be all in the temple, and they're going to be of players who are reasonably good, who have a battle score of at least over 2,000, and I think I placed 2 people over 3,000. And also their win ranks are pretty reasonably good as well. So these were all really good games, and that's why I picked them. So hopefully you guys are gonna like this. I obviously didn't play like the best person in the entire world because I lost lives and almost lost to them in the end, but I did win, and that's what matters. It doesn't matter how close you get to losing as long as you win. So some people have been mentioning what sort of towers are good in combination, and I think I'm going to make a video of that pretty soon. I think you guys will probably like that. And one of them that I just wanted to mention really fast is a boomerang and a spike factory, because boomerangs have such good popping power, and spike factories are just kind of like cleanup. They don't let any balloons get through, so it keeps you no lives lost. And I don't know, it just seems like it works pretty darn fantastic for me. Especially on the temple, because as I said, all 3 games are going to be on the temple here, and the temple is probably one of the hardest maps, or really it's the map that has the most going on, because the lanes are so short compared to the other ones. The rounds just go by so much faster, and you can't get as much money, so it's a lot easier to kill somebody on a lower level, for example level 8, level 10 sometimes, and especially level 12 and 13. Because level 8 you can set regen whites or regen blacks or something like that, and sometimes people who have just too many boomerangs and don't have enough popping power overall can actually die from that. And level 10, sometimes just people don't have lead popping power for whatever reason, they just go with the spike factory, and I don't know why, but I have beaten people on level 10 before. And then level 12, because of camos, sometimes people don't get camo detection fast enough, or their mortar is just misplaced, so it's kind of easy to make them lose lives with some pink camos or something like that. And then level 13, obviously, you got the regen balloons of zebras and rainbows, which usually own people. So what am I doing right now? Well, first of all, I want you to notice the placement of my boomerangs. Look where my boomerangs are placed, so you can have your boomerangs hook around down that map. I think this map was basically designed for boomerangs to be orange sauce. Otherwise, I really don't understand what's going on, because it's like perfect. Or it just could be that it was made for tactics or something. I don't really know. So I did lose quite a few lives here. I'm down to I'm down like 70 lives already, which is not fantastic at all. And he went with a spike factory as well. And I want you to notice his placement on a spike factory does not make sense to me. Look at that spike factory. I guess the only good thing is that it's kind of spaced out, so if you get a 4-2 spike factory, it might help out just a little bit, but I think it's probably better off to put it on that little temple area right there and have it all be in one kind of bunch spot. Definitely helps out, at least in my opinion. So I did go for my camo detection as a monkey village. I have been doing that more often than going with the mortar, but honestly, you might be better off going with the mortar. So what happened right there was, I was saying, I got a farm, which was good, but I didn't have enough money for my camo detection, and he realized that, so he sent out a bunch of lead camos at me. He should have sent out pink camos or something like that, or just a bunch of red and blues. But I just sold my farm and I got my camo detection right away, and that would help out a bunch. And I do that quite a bit, actually, on purpose sometimes, where I make it look like I don't have any camo detection, and then people waste all their money trying to send camo stuff at me, and then I just end up winning by upgrading my monkey village up to camo detection, and it actually works out quite a bit. People actually are very surprised with their wasting of money. And right here, I just send out a bunch of regen rainbows and ceramics, and that's pretty much game over. He did not have enough to defend. He tried sending stuff at me too, He probably would have won if I didn't send stuff just at 2 seconds earlier than him, but I did end up winning. So this is the second game. This guy's pretty good as well. He has pretty much the same win record as me. It was like almost 300 and then almost 100. And so this was also another game on the temple. What you're going to notice is he put his boomerang, which pretty much everybody's been using boomerangs, especially on this level. I don't see how you wouldn't use a boomerang. But what I did a little bit different was I started with a farm instead of going with a spike factory and a boomerang, at least for this one. And this helps me get more economy really fast, because what you do is you can actually get your farm up at least to 1-0 pretty reasonably fast by level 2, and you get $120 for every single round you go up, and you can start sending out red balloons at your enemy, and you can still upgrade your boomerang up to 2-0 or something like that. So yeah, if you upgrade your boomerang up to 2-0, you can still usually beat pretty much all the balloons. Not all of the balloons if somebody's spamming reds at you, but pretty much all of them. So you gotta be a little bit careful here. You might want to build maybe one more boomerang or a spike factory or something like that, but I'm just trying to go more economy, and I'm actually losing less lives than him because I had better boomerang placement, or realistically, I had better targeting. He should have put his boomerang on last, and he had it on first for some reason, which made him lose more lives than me. So boomerang placement definitely is important, guys, and especially targeting. So I'm actually going to probably make a targeting tutorial as well. These are all ideas for future videos, targeting tutorials and positioning tutorials for some good spots for you to build your towers, and I guess that's really all I have to talk about for that. And then what you're going to notice here is he started sending out pink balloons at me, and spike factories just cannot survive that. And I actually thought me upgrading my 1-0 spike factory was actually not a good idea. I should have just went for my boomerang up to 3-0 or 2-3 or whatever. It would probably been a lot better idea, but I wanted to test this out. I wanted to see if a 1-0 spike factory would help me win, and sadly it did not. So I don't recommend doing what I did. I recommend going with the boomerang like this. It's going to help out so much more. I also, sometimes what I do is if somebody has just one 3-0 boomerang, what I do is sometimes I send out just groups of pink, like 2 groups of pinks, and then I send out like 2 groups of blacks, and that actually makes them lose more lives than sending out straight like 8 groups of blacks in a row or something like that. Makes them lose a lot more lives. So just keep that in mind if you guys want to try that out. I don't think I do it this game. I might do it next game. I don't really remember. But he's kind of trying to do it to me. He's trying to send out some blacks, but he's kind of sending them all out in a row, and that doesn't really make me survive or get as much damage on me all at once. And he just went 2 boomerangs, so I'm still going more farms or more economy than him, I suppose you could say. But I still need to start getting some more stuff. And I have not very many lives, but he has not very many lives, so this is a pretty intense game, guys. How is it going to end? I have no freaking idea. So I have probably more, and the one thing I noticed about people is a lot of people start sending out balloons at level 8, 9, and 10. I don't understand it. I don't think that's a good idea, guys. I think if you guys are sending out balloons at level 8, 9, and 10, you better be killing them, and not just doing damage on them. You better be killing them, legit, like down to 0 lives. That's the only real good way that I can see you actually making that work. Other than that, I think you're just wasting your money. Or, unless they're ice stalling or something like that, sending out balloons till wave 10 is totally fine, because you're probably gonna survive until round 20 or 22 or even later than that anyways. So it's really not that big of a deal. So one thing I'm gonna notice about him is he went for 3 3-0 boomerangs there. So realistically, a regen rush is not going to do that well, especially regen rainbows or regen zebras or something like that. So I'm probably gonna need to go with ceramics or something even worse than that. And I decided to just go with my mortar here just because, instead of my monkey village. It was just kind of a just because thing, and he wasted all his money trying to send out regen, or not regen, just camo rainbows at me all at once. And he totally wasted a lot of money there, and it gave me a huge advantage. So that's why I usually tend to not build my camo detection until I really, really need it. I have my spike factory as backup for just in case, for some camos that actually get through. So this is definitely a good defense, guys. You go with a mortar and a spike factory as your camo detection. They're very good as combinations. And guess what I'm going to send probably next round. I really don't see him beating ceramics very easily. So I'm probably just going to go with some regen ceramics. I could just go with regular ceramics if I wanted. But I think regen ceramics are probably just a little bit better, and they don't cost very much more. So he did the exact same thing as me. He sent out regen ceramics at me as well. And luckily I sent them out just a little bit earlier. And I did those 20-30 lives damage just a little bit faster. So here is the final game here, guys. This guy was pretty good as well. I think he had a battle score right around 3,000 or so. And you're going to notice my placement on my boomerang again. When you're on the left side, you probably want to put it somewhere like right over there. And when you're on the right side, you probably want to put it where I put it on the last game. Where was the last game of the first game? I don't even remember. I think you guys can tell I'm sick. I don't even remember what's going on right now. And it's not just like I have a cold or something where like I'm totally sound of mind. I have the flu, so I have a fever, so my brain's all freaking retarded, and I can't think of everything going on all at once. So I think that was really bad placement by him for his boomerang. So he's probably going to have to get a 3-0 boomerang or something like that pretty fast here. He's going to lose a lot of lives. And he did basically the same thing as the other guy, where he had just bad placement on his boomerang, and it's going to make him lose a lot more lives. Well, I had good placement on my boomerang, so it makes me lose a lot less lives. So I'm just going to keep sending balloons out at him. If he wants to keep sending balloons out at me, he can. But he's probably better off upgrading his boomerang just a little bit higher. And actually we're basically completely tied with how many lives we've lost. Just about. But I'm actually winning just a little itty bitty bit. And I went more economy because I'm still sending balloons out at him. So that is good news. And what you're going to notice here is I actually went, instead of going with boomerangs and mortars or cannons or spike factories, I actually got a glue gunner. So the only real problem with that is you got to watch out for that, because you cannot survive past level 18 just going boomerangs and glue gunners. I'm pretty much guaranteeing that, because unless you make like 4 glaive lords, you're probably going to die. Probably, and almost for sure going to die, versus even a couple Moabs. And to get that many glaive lords is just ridiculously hard. Even 1 or 2 glaive lords is not going to help you survive, guys. So what you can notice here is how I'm sending out my balloons at my enemy. This is one thing I wanted to show you guys in my last game to help you understand how to make your enemy lose lives. You want to send out groups of balloons at your enemy. You don't want to send out like 6 groups or like 50 groups of blacks in a row. You want to send out like 2 groups of blacks and then stop, and then 2 groups of blacks and then stop, and it's going to make him lose a lot of lives. So if you notice how many lives I actually made him lose right here, that's the problem with a 3-0 boomerang, is when you send out groups of balloons like that, it can help out so much. But then he upgraded his boomerang to 2-3 up there, so that pretty much hindered my strategy, but I did make him lose a ton of lives. So I'm going to still stop sending out balloons. It is only round 7, and I don't think I can do any more damage on him, so I'm going to stop sending out my balloons like I said before, guys. You don't want to keep sending out balloons, even if you think you might do a little bit of damage to him here and there. You only want to do it if you think you can go for the kill. And I don't think I can go for the kill right now, especially with 2 boomerangs that he has. So I'm still just going to go more economy. If you're going to notice, my economy is extremely good right now. I've been sending out lots of balloons at him. I have like 347 in-game economy, and then I still also have those 2 banana farms there. So I was thinking about, should I go for another banana farm or not? And I'm thinking on the temple, 2 banana farms is probably right around your limit. He went with 2 banana farms as well. And I don't know how we afforded that, to be honest. But hey, whatever. So I went with my monkey village in kind of a weird spot. But my glue gunner is going to fit in there completely nice. And I'm just going to put him on close. So he can just hit as many balloons as possible. And the first thing you want to do is always upgrade him to 2-2, and then after that you can decide what you want to upgrade him to. For level 13 and 14, you probably want to get some sort of 0-2-3 glue gunner, but for any real later rounds you probably want to get some sort of 3-2 glue gunner. So we're actually coming up to the end of the video here, guys. You guys will see who won this awesome game right here, and it's actually really awesome to see this ending here. It's really cool. So you guys will think it's super intense. Oh man, he's sending pink camos out at me. Oh man, I sent regen rush at him. So that's all I got. So anyways, thank you for watching. Please press like if you like this, and have a fantastic day.